All right, listen up. We need to talk about a hilarious, slightly embarrassing flaw that every single one of us has. And yep, I am absolutely looking at you right now. We all love to think we're these hyper-logical, rational decision makers when it comes to our money and our stuff. But as we're going to see in today's explainer, our brains are actively lying to us, and honestly, it is costing us big time.
Let me put you in the hot seat for a second. Think about that junk drawer in your kitchen. You know the one. The absolute graveyard of old tech. Would you sell your old phone right now for exactly what you paid for it years ago? Most people instinctively say, no way, absolutely not, I want more. You want top dollar, right? Even if the screen literally looks like a spider web. Even if the battery lasts exactly 12 minutes on a good day. Even if it is completely, hopelessly outdated. We somehow convince ourselves that this beat-up rectangle of plastic is a premium, vintage artifact that deserves a massive premium on eBay.
But here's the wild part. Here is the massive plot twist. If you didn't already own that exact same phone, there is zero chance you would pay that ridiculous price for it today. None. You'd laugh in the face of anyone trying to sell it to you. So what actually changed? Just one thing: ownership.
Okay, let's dive into this, because there is actually a scientific name for this exact brand of human irrationality. It's called the Endowment Effect. It's a hugely well-documented cognitive bias, and it dictates that the very second something becomes yours, the exact moment you possess it, your brain instantly values it more. You are magically endowed with this illusion of high worth simply because it belongs to you.
Section 1. The Coffee Mug Experiment. Richard Thaler, 1990. Let's see how this actually plays out.
Thaler set up this beautifully simple, rapid A/B test. He gave half a room of students a totally ordinary coffee mug, and the other half got absolutely nothing. Then, he asked the mug owners for their absolute lowest selling price, and turned right to the non-owners to ask for their absolute highest buying price.
Boom. 2 times, the results were completely staggering. The owners demanded almost double what the buyers were actually willing to pay. Think about that for a second. Same exact mug, same exact market, same exact room of students. The only difference in the entire scenario was who currently held a ceramic mug in their hands.
So the crucial point is understanding why this glitch happens. Turns out, your brain does not evaluate value logically. It evaluates loss. It's literally a biological survival mechanism. Once something is yours, giving it up triggers the exact same neural pathways as losing something. And human beings are wired so that losses hurt way more than equivalent gains feel good. Selling something always feels harder because your brain is basically sounding an alarm.
And this brilliantly illustrates the core truth of the endowment effect. When you are asked to sell something you own, you aren't actually pricing the object anymore. You are pricing the literal emotional pain of losing it. You are trying to make the buyer compensate you for your own psychological discomfort.
Section 2. Where else you lose. Because this isn't just a quirky habit, it actively ruins our adult lives.
Look at trading and investing. How many times have you or someone you know held on to a losing stock far longer than you should have? You're not holding it because the fundamentals are good. You're holding it because clicking sell means actually admitting a loss, rather than just passively watching a red line go down. Your brain refuses to let go.
It happens in relationships too. People stay in situations way past their expiry date, and it's not because staying is the right thing to do. It's because leaving feels like losing something, even if that something was a total disaster and actively making you miserable. The endowment effect keeps us clinging to bad situations just because they are our bad situations. And of course, it happens when you're selling literally anything of value. Your car, your house, your brilliant new business idea, you almost always overvalue it. Not because the open market agrees with you, but simply because it has your name attached to it.
Section 3. The Garage Sale Test. Let's snap out of it.
Try this yourself. Pick something you own right now but never actually use. Maybe it's that bread maker still in the box, or those golf clubs gathering dust. Now guess what you'd sell it for if you hosted a garage sale this weekend. Got a number? Good. Now imagine you are walking down the street and you see that exact same item sitting in a stranger's driveway at their garage sale. Be brutally honest here. What would you genuinely pay for it?
Those two numbers are almost never the same. And that massive, embarrassing canyon between the two, that is the endowment effect, happening live, in real time, inside your own head. You just caught your brain in a lie.
And we really need to pay attention, because this bias quietly drains your wallet every single day.
It leads to overpriced resale listings that sit on the internet forever. It leads to traders holding on to bad assets until they go to literal zero. It leads to major business negotiations completely falling apart over pure pride rather than actual value. The object in question never actually got more valuable. Only your relationship to it did.
So the ultimate question is, how do we protect ourselves? How do we actually hack our brains to stop losing money and killing deals over pure stubbornness? The fix is surprisingly simple, and it's called the stranger hack. Before you put a price on anything you own, you have to force yourself to imagine that you don't own it yet. You have to step outside of your own ego and ask, what would I honestly pay for this item right now as a complete stranger, rather than as the seller?
If you're a trader or an investor, you need an even sharper rule. Look at your portfolio and ask yourself, would I buy this exact position today at this exact price if I didn't already own it? If the answer is no, then ownership is the only illusion keeping you in a bad trade. It is time to sell.
Ownership doesn't just change what you have in your hands. It fundamentally changes how your brain sees the world. The next time something feels incredibly valuable simply because it happens to be yours, take a breath. Pause. Ask what a stranger would actually pay for it, because the real value was there all along. Ownership was just lying to you. So, take a look around your room right now. What else is your brain lying to you about?